EU's green gas and nuclear funding regulations head for final vote. Brussels. The EU's plan to label investments in fuel and nuclear strength vegetation as climate-friendly faces a very last vote on Wednesday while European lawmakers decide whether to just accept or reject proposals which have divided governments and investors. The vote is the very last hurdle inside the European Union's long-delayed selection on whether to feature the two energy assets to its taxonomy, a rulebook figuring out which investments may be marketed in Europe as being sustainable. Designed to guide non-public capital closer to without a doubt green tasks, the rule's goal to set a European popular for sustainable funding and stamp out greenwashing a few of the myriad so-called eco-friendly products available on the market. But the controversy about investments that may be advertised as green has morphed right into a broader political standoff over which fuels Europe must spend money on to combat weather alternate and replace Russian gas. EU lawmakers will debate the gasoline and nuclear guidelines on Tuesday and vote on Wednesday in what officers expect to be a good poll. A majority of the European Parliament's 705 lawmakers need to vote towards the thought to block it. Green lawmaker Ba Eickhout stated the EU suggestion might create synthetic incentives to put money into nuclear energy and gas, a fossil gasoline, on the price of the renewable electricity had to swiftly lessen planet-warming emissions. European People's Party lawmaker Christian Eller stated the taxonomy's effect on destiny funding become now not yet clear, however he mentioned its harsh limits on CO2 emissions and other criteria could make certain investments in gasoline vegetation complied with climate goals. Rejection would be a blow to the European Commission, which has spent extra than a year redrafting the regulations amid extreme lobbying from governments and the gasoline and nuclear industries. Brussels says gasoline and nuclear strength plant life must meet strict conditions to earn an inexperienced label. Critics, including the Commission's advisors, have stated gas flora could want to meet a ways tougher emissions limits than those inside the Commission inspiration to align with the steep cuts needed to forestall extreme climate exchange. The Commission had covered a decrease emissions limit in an early proposal in 2020 but amended it after backlash from a number of the bloc's 27 member states. EU climate policy chief Frans Timmermans mentioned on Monday that he might have determined in a different way on the taxonomy were it his desire alone, however that the rules reflected the political realities in the bloc. $1 equals €0.9595.